Wicked ones, welcome back to my channel. It's Willow Wicked here. I hope you had a wonderful, what's today? Anyways, so as you may know, because I said it in my last post or video, we'll be going over Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you haven't watched it, this is your one and only warning. Spoilers will be happening in this video, so if you haven't watched it or plan on watching it, please go do so, and I will catch you back here. Without further ado, let's just get into it. It's obviously a movie about killer clowns from outer space. There are going to be some parts I'm going to be skipping over because they don't pertain to the main story in the movie, so I'll be skipping over some of that stuff. And so with that, let's begin. So our movie starts off with these teenagers. Their names are Mike and Bonnie, if I remember correctly. So Mike and Bonnie are basically at this makeout point, you know, where all the cool teenagers go to have some fun, if you know what I mean. So there's, you know, Mike and Bonnie are having fun, you know, kissing, flirting, and this ice cream truck pulls up, and it's these two other teenagers just trying to get some, and they end up being made fun of, and they end up leaving. And as they do so, this asteroid comes, you know, hurtling down, and Mike and Bonnie both see it. Bonnie is like, oh my god, like, we have to go check it out. Mike's like, no, because I'm with Mike. Like, why do we have to go check that out? Like, plus, like, you ever seen the horror movie? You never go do that. So, Mike and Bonnie eventually go to the forest to find this said asteroid. As they're, you know, wandering through the forest, this farmer notices the asteroid and where it fell as well, but he finds it first. And where you would think an asteroid would be, there's like a circus tent, which I honestly I completely forgot about that. That would freak me out. I'd be like, we need to go. We need to go now. So this man obviously ends up dying. I think he's like the first kill. The tent, the circus tent, is obviously their spaceship. I don't know why that's hard for me to. It's their UFO. Oh, he has a dog, and I think the dog dies too, which is like, honestly, I don't care about the farmer, but leave the dog alone. After he dies, eventually Mike and Debbie. Have I been calling her Bonnie? Anyway, Debbie, Mike and Debbie end up making it to the spaceship. And they start walking through it, you know, like, they find a way in, and they, you know, they're like, this looks really weird. It's kind of like you're in these weird halls with all these weird pipes, and it just looks like a weird room. They're finding all these weird rooms and all that. So they stumble upon a couple different rooms, and they stumble upon this one room, which I call it the cotton candy chamber. And the clowns see them in this room, so they end up making a run for it. And basically they get hit with this popcorn gun, which like just sprays them with a bunch of popcorn that sticks to their clothes. Right, so they run, you know, and these clowns are like chasing them, you know, trying to kill them. Right, so they escape. They end up basically trying to tell the deputies, and I don't remember the cops' names very much. I'm just gonna call them good cop and bad cop because honestly that's the vibes I got from them. Especially the bad cop, because he was honestly, like, he pissed me off the whole movie. Like, they go and tell the deputy, right, and they're just like really killer clowns. Like, honestly, like, I don't know if I would believe them either, but he ends up telling him just like, go away and like stop lying, right? So then this is when the clowns start making their way into the town, and this is the part where I'm gonna start skipping things because half the movie is really just like really campy kills of the town folks. It's like the clowns showing up and like acting like they're delivering pizza, and they pop out of the pizza box with and shoot them with a gun, like a laser gun. Why can I not talk? Favorite one is the puppet does like a finger. The puppet. Oh my god. The clown does a puppet show on a wall and then like eats the people at the bus stop. I think that's one of my favorite scenes. While that's happening, I think Mike ends up dropping off Debbie at home so she can shower and clean up and whatnot. Mike ends up convincing Good Cop to at least try and go see the UFO sighting where the asteroid hit. There's nothing by the time that they get there, right? But as they're leaving that little makeout spot that was close to the area, they find a bunch of the other people's cars missing. And this weird like cotton candy residue that just kind of looks like pink spider webs, honestly. With this, the deputy, like, Good Cop is like, okay, like, some weird shit's going on. We need to, like, get the fuck out of here. While Bad Cop is at the station, and, the whole town is calling him. And I mean, like, the phones are blaring, and he's picking him up, and he's just straight up, like, doesn't believe them. They're all like, killer clowns are here. Everyone is saying killer clowns. And he's all like, nah. And then it gets to the point where he's just like, the whole town must be on this. Well, I ain't falling for it. And then he just lets the phone rings. He just lets the phone ring, and that's it. Eventually, the clowns make it into the station and they end up killing him too. So that was honestly really satisfying because he was annoying. I'm gonna go back to Debbie because you remember she's back at her house. Debbie's taking a shower, and those popcorn things from that popcorn gun, she threw her dirty clothes in the pamper and whatnot. However, the popcorn turns into monsters and try and eat her. So she escapes those because since she threw them in the hamper, they were kind of like stuck in the hamper. Mike ends up trying to find the two boys that were driving the ice cream truck from earlier, right? So Mike gets out of the car, looks for them. So basically Mike gets to the boys and convinces them to let him use their ice cream truck. Well, I mean, he doesn't really convince them. He just kind of takes the truck and they tag along with him. Somehow, I can't remember how, and I'm sorry, but bear with me. Somehow the clowns get Debbie, right? And oh no, what, the clowns, she never escapes the house. She gets caught by the clowns, my bad. And then, so, by the time Mike gets the ice cream truck from the two boys, Good Cop is chasing the clowns because Debbie is captured. Mike sees this and then goes chasing after the clowns. Okay, so then these clowns head to, I guess, like the pier or like some sort of like another tent. I'm guessing it's another UFO. So they head to this tent, right? Go through another basically spaceship. They eventually rescue Debbie, right, from this bubble that she was kept in, right? And they find her in the cotton candy chamber. And so Good Cop and Bad Cop finally find out what the cotton candy chamber is. And the reason why this movie is on my list is because this scene right here, when I watched it for the first time, freaked me out. Like, when you find out the cotton candy is people, and then they literally stick a straw in you and slurp out your blood and your guts and everything. like a spider, and I was just like so freaked out when I was little. I was like, oh my god. But watching it as an adult, I was like, this is so stupid. I love it. The clown sees them because they make noise, so they hurry up, save Debbie, and run out. They try and make it out of the spaceship. They're like getting lost. You know, it's like a circus. It looks like a circus. There's like a bunch of doors. There's like black lights everywhere. The colors are all very neon. So they're stumbling around. They end up, I think, finding a dead end, and the clowns surround them. And the big boss comes up. Big clown, big boy. I don't know what his name is, so we're just calling him Big Boy. Comes literally like down from the ceiling, like almost like a puppet on strings, which I thought was kind of strange. So I'm like, is he like a machine or is he an actual clown? He looks like an actual clown. It was just like his entrance was a choice. So it's like right before you think they're about to die, the two brothers, oh yeah, because they got separated during the whole like running away from the clowns. They ran back and got the truck and like run it through the wall of the ship, and basically like saves the day. But then the big clown like just like yeets the car, the truck with the two boys in it, and it just explodes. Poof, gone. But thanks for the save. So then the good cop, bless his heart, is like, you know what, go. Because the boys had made a hole for them to escape out of the ship. Good cop ends up distracting Monster, right? So like Mike and Deb make it out of the ship. Big boy grabs good cop and is just like kind of like struggling. And earlier in the episode, earlier in the movie, you find out that you kill the clowns by destroying their nose. So he takes his badge and basically like, you know, the pin that you use to connect it to your shirt or whatever, he uses it to pop his clown nose, and he dies basically. So then he gets away. The killer clowns end up making a retreat back to space, and that's basically the end of the movie. So, final thoughts on the movie. As a kid, terrifying. Hated it. Would never watch it as a kid. As an adult, I love it. It's probably one of my favorite movies growing up. As I was growing up, not so much, but it's not scary at all. It's kind of more like campy, like it's not meant to be taken seriously. If you guys are interested in watching it, I did watch it on YouTube, free with ads. I want to know your guys' thoughts and feelings as well, so please let me know in the comments below. I want to kind of stay on this clown train that we have going on, and another movie that did scare me growing up was It. So that is another movie I'm going to do a review on probably next. However, I do know that that movie has 2 parts, and I have not decided if I want to do both movies because honestly, I feel like the second movie is just not as interesting as the first. So if you guys like the, part 1 and you guys want me to, I will. But other than that, I'll probably just do part 1 and then I might come back to it another day. I want to thank you wicked people for joining my channel. And also, bear with me on this whole experience. I'm still new to it. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do things and make my channel look and stuff. So I appreciate you guys for being patient with me. With that being said, again, thank you, wicked ones, and I hope you have a lovely night or day, and stay safe.